What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and I just want to say I am loving my makeup right now. I have been watching America's Sweethearts on Netflix, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and they're all glammed up. They look beautiful. They make me miss my dark hair, which is growing out right now actually. But I still have got a little balayage, highlights going on. And I was just inspired to use the Dyson Airwrap on my hair, get glammed up, put on these false lashes. I just love how when you're so put together, you just feel good. And since I just did my hair, I thought it'd be nice to go over choosing the best curling iron for you. But then you may be wondering, there are so many different ones. Like, can't you just have them all? Sure, you can. But if we wanted to narrow it down, I think we can talk that over together. Also, if you're new here, I am Christina Dawidowicz. I am a former TV news reporter turned content creator, but I still have a full-time job, so I shoot all of my content on the weekends. So my weekends are pretty jam-packed with content creation, shooting bulk content, shooting in bulk. I love it. This is what I want to do. This is my creative outlet, and I'm so thankful you're here. Subscribe if you're not already. Okay, I've just gathered all of my curling irons right next to me. Actually, not even all of them, but just a good selection. I have so many, but I wanted to make sure that I grabbed something that is a little different, and it was still a lot. Okay, so how can you choose a curling iron that's best for you? I think it depends on several factors. Your hair length, your hair type, what are you going for with your look, and how often you're actually going to be using that hair tool. So for me, I have a lot, but that's because I love doing my hair. Ever since I was little, I was always braiding my hair so that I would have curly hair at night because I wasn't using curling irons at that time. And then as I got older, I switched to your typical 1-inch curling iron. And then as I grew up, I got a crimper, if you remember those, and then a deep waver. And so I just kept evolving. But if you are not someone who does your hair frequently, there's no point in investing a lot of your money into curling tools or hair tools in general. And there are so many options. You've got a deep waver, you've got the Dyson Airwrap, you've got curling irons of different size, curling wands, you've got hot rollers. There's just so many. So let's go with your basic curling iron. This is a 1-inch curling iron. I don't call it a wand because it has a clamp, but this is something I feel like a lot of girls start using when they are starting to do their hair, just because you can get several different looks with this. You can get tight curls depending on how you use it, but you can also get a little bit of more of a wave. And that's the other thing too. If you know how to use a hair tool, you can definitely get many different styles. For example, like a hair straightener, as long as it's smooth on the edges, you can use it in a way where you're getting waves instead of straight hair. I have not been successful with that, but it's not something I spend a lot of time using because I already have straight hair. So I have like 1 or 2 straighteners. And plus with all of these curling irons and hair wands, I just feel like I would rather use these. So if we talk about your hair length, I feel like that plays a big factor when choosing a curling iron or a hair tool. Because if you have short hair, you're not gonna choose this 2-inch wand. You'd be better off with something slimmer. Because if my hair was down here, you would really only get one look with this, and it'd be really hard to get that look you're trying to go for and actually get some waves with it and get some body. I mean, you probably could do a little like flick at the end, but then that's it. You're super limited. Whereas with this 1-inch wand or a 1.5-inch one, I think this is 1.5, well, 1.25 inches, you will definitely give yourself more options with these. If you have long hair, like before I chopped my hair, any hair tool would work. But then even with medium length hair like mine, also any hair tool would work as long as you can wrap your hair around the wand. That's where that question comes in of what are you trying to achieve with your hairstyle. For tighter curls, you want to go with a thinner wand. For deep waves, you want to go with a bigger wand. But then you also have a tapered wand for more of a tousled look, which can work on a medium to long hair. So if you were trying to go for something basic, something that will just give your hair enough body, enough waves, I would go with your typical 1-inch hair curler or wand. One thing people get concerned about with a curling iron that has a clamp on it is that you're going to get kinks in your hair. But really it's just a matter of practicing and making sure that you're not, like, if your hair is clamped, you're not moving your hair, you're not pulling your hair to create those kinks. So you just want to be really fluid with your movements and always aware of, like, your hair is on a hot tool, you need to keep it moving so that you're doing less damage to your hair. But if you were using a wand, like this, you're gonna have to make a lot of movements, kind of your arms are all over the place. So if you want something that's a little more effortless and you don't really have to think about it, maybe go for the clamp, because I think that you can learn easily and quickly to not create those kinks in your own hair. Also, I have a cheese spin and curl. That one is something that is truly effortless. I feel like if you're less experienced with hair tools, that will give you no problem. Let me go get it. And I say that because it truly is effortless. You're literally just sliding your hair right here, place it over there, press the button, and it just sucks it right in. So you truly don't need to think about anything at all. And if it does happen to tangle, you can slowly just pull down. It's not gonna like tug at your hair. It's so easy to use. So no experience, beginner, new to everything, I would recommend a cheese spin and curl. But if you want some creative styling freedom, I would recommend a basic curling iron. A 1-inch wand is always good to start with. But if you're someone who's looking to get more waves in your hair and not necessarily tight curls, I would say a bigger wand of over 1 inch. I would say maybe this Beachwaver 1.25 or 1.5 inches. I think this gives you nice, like almost like waterfall waves, if that makes sense. There is a little clamp, but the process of it spinning for you also makes that process easier. But then you also have the tapered wand as a good option as well. I feel like the biggest differentiating factor between these two is that this gives you more of a tousled look. So I prefer to use my tapered wand near the root of my head, and I will wrap it up so that I get bigger waves and more volume at the top, and then tighter curls, more defined, more definition towards the end of my hair. I just like the way that looks. I like the way it falls, and I am someone who lacks volume, so I need all the help I can get. Like right now, my hair is looking a little flat. That's because this is second day hair. My hair holds curls better when it's freshly washed. I should have washed my hair today. It does look pretty full at the bottom though. I do like the look of this, a tousled look on both longer hair, or I guess medium length hair, and longer hair. This, I like the look of this on longer hair especially. I think it's super pretty. But then a 1-inch wand can work with any length, I feel like. Even short hair, because you can still get tighter curls, and then when it's like nice and bouncy, it looks so good. Then you have the deep waver option, which I don't think is something you should start off with unless this is all you truly plan to use when you do your hair. But it's just one look, that's all you can get. That's why I don't recommend this as your first hair tool to add to your collection. I feel like this is just something you add to your collection later on when you start doing your hair more. For a thinner wand, this is a Beachwaver S.75, and I think that as long as you are someone who's going for tight curls constantly, this would be a good option, but also be aware that this is a little more time consuming than using a 1-inch barrel. You need thinner strands of hair when using this compared to this. I feel like this you can switch it up. Even if you use a thicker strand of hair, you are gonna get maybe more of a looser wave, but still get some definition with that. Whereas this, you're always gonna get definition, you're always gonna get a tighter curl, and it's just gonna be more time consuming in general. The 2-inch wand is something I recommend for longer hair. I would use this on my length of hair right now, but I have the Dyson Airwrap, which I can wrap tighter around my hair. I get a fuller look because when I use this, I'm kind of limited on how close I can get it to my face just because it is so big and I don't want to have it touched to my cheek. Whereas with the Dyson Airwrap, I just hold it and it like pulls, it just sucks the hair in easily. So I would recommend this for longer hair. I would recommend this as something to add later on into your hair tool collection. I would kind of say the same for this, something to add later on into your collection as you get more comfortable curling your hair, styling your hair, unless of course, like I said, you want spiral curls like all the time. I feel like, and that was just something I used to do when I was little. Well, not really little, I was already curling my hair, maybe like high school. So I would use a wand before bed, when dry hair of course, and I wouldn't spray any hairspray. I would just let the curls fall, because if I was using a wand like this, because I did have one almost similar in size, back in high school. But if I did this, if I curled my hair with this at night, didn't spray any hairspray, go to bed, wake up, I would get really nice soft waves. Not super curls, but just wavy hair that fell really nicely, and I loved that. So that's something that you could use this if you wanted to save time in the morning. Try it out. I should actually try this maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna put this to the side as a reminder to myself. This Beachwaver 1.25 I'd recommend for longer hair, but this would also work well on hair of this length as well. But then I think overall for your basic first curling iron, this 1-inch wand is a good starting tool. I don't think you need to splurge on anything on a basic 1-inch wand, because this was maybe like 20-25 bucks or less, but this is so affordable. There's no reason, if you're just gonna get a basic wand, get something cheap. I know there's one that's maybe a little bit longer and it's like $100. Like I'm not doing that. I'd rather put that money towards special styling tools like the Dyson Airwrap. And of course the Cheese Spin and Curl. If this is something that costs more than your basic curling iron, but it does do a lot, it offers a lot. No burning yourself, it does all the work for you. So when it comes to specialty hair tools, yes, I do recommend spending money on that. But a basic curling iron, no. I do consider the Beachwaver a special hair tool just because it does spin for you, and some of them even have 2 speeds. Like this one has fast and slow, because this is the Beachwaver S.75, whereas this is the Beachwaver B1.25. So anything with an S from the Beachwaver is gonna have those 2 speed options. So I think that covers it, but I don't know if I actually answered the question which curling iron is best for you. So I think let's just go over it one more time. If you have shorter hair, I recommend a 1-inch wand. If you have medium length hair to long hair, I recommend something like this, just because you do get more options, but this doesn't hurt as well. I feel like this is something everyone should have in their hair tool collection. A 1-inch wand, a basic 1-inch wand. But for something that gives you more versatility, I would definitely recommend a hair tool like this, a tapered hair wand. This goes from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I like starting with this at the root of my head. This can work great on also shorter hair because you can get more volume at the root and still have enough length to wrap your hair up. And then if you're someone who's looking for more of a blowout look, the more affordable option is going to be this 2-inch wand. The splurge option, of course, the Dyson Airwrap. But also if you do have shorter hair, like shorter than mine, you can still get a blowout look with this thinner barrel. When my hair is longer, I'll use the wider barrel. And then something just for fun, a 3-barrel deep wave. Of course, there's a whole different recipe when it comes to maintaining your curls after using these hair tools. I have a whole video on that, on how I keep my curls to stay, how I get them to be long lasting. I think it's actually in a video titled like Dyson Airwrap, so I should probably make it an updated one, or at least change that title on how I keep long lasting curls. And it's all about the product that you use beforehand. I think hairspray just plays a tiny role in that. So let me know if you want me to create a whole new video on that, because even though my products haven't changed, I feel like it might be helpful just to have a dedicated video to that, because I think when I was starting to shoot that, I kind of got carried away with using the Dyson Airwrap. So let me know what you guys think. Happy to shoot another video because I do love curling my hair, and I am here for you. I'm here to be a resource for all things hair when it comes to styling. I'm not good at coloring hair. And styling with hair tools, I feel like I'm just not the best at doing actual hairstyles with hair ties. Like, I feel like all I can do is keep my hair down and put it up in a sleeve bun. I feel like that's it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already. If you have any questions or requests, leave them down in the comments, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.